Spring and the sun is shining. It's beautiful outside. So because of that reason, I've decided to do a spring makeup tutorial. So it's just going to be something that's really fresh and something that you can wear every day. You can dress it up for nighttime, whatever you want. So I'm starting with my Maybelline Fit Me concealer here. I'm in shade 15. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dab this over any redness or blemishes. So I get redness on my nose, my cheeks, and then of course if you want to wake up the eyes, put a little under your eyes. By a little, I actually mean a lot. But yeah, so as soon as you've done that, I typically use a lighter shade just because I find that it like brightens up my under eye area especially, and my foundation mostly covers it. So you're just going to use your fingers to blend that in. Don't worry if it's not super blended because we are going to be putting foundation over this. I like this concealer because it's a drugstore concealer, which means that it's not very expensive, but it's also got really great coverage. So as you can see, that looks kind of weird, but it's going to be adding to the highlighting factor. So we've got kind of a V shape right here, which is really what we want to have when we do that highlighting. Next, I'm taking my Maybelline Dream Matte Liquid Mousse. My shade is right now number 2, light. So we're just pumping that into our hands, warming it up with our fingers, and just putting this on. I love this foundation because you can literally just rub it over your face, not worrying about being too precise. You don't need to use a makeup brush. And it really does a great job at just blending into the skin, covering up any sort of redness or extra stuff that your concealer just didn't get. And I like to use my fingers because it's just the warmth of your hands, it just allows it to melt in. So after we've done that, what we're going to do next is we're going to contour. So I'm going to be using my NARS Laguna bronzer. So that's what that looks like there. As you can see, I've already hit pan. I really love this product. So I'm going to be going in with my Sephora number 75 angled brush, and I just dip it in the contour powder there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the tip of my earlobe and just go across, and that's where your cheekbone is there. And you don't need to worry about pressing too hard here because really all you're doing is just blending it into the face. So once again, I'm going from the top of my earlobe angle, the top of my ear, angling down. And do not go all the way down to your lips because that's going to look really strange when you have shadows coming in from your lips. So if you do need to do a bit of like a kissy face to make sure that you can see your cheekbones, that's fine, but just don't go all the way down to your lips. Okay, and then we're also going to warm up the forehead as well. And then we can't forget about the neck and the jawline. So just along the jawline. And then down the neck. It's basically like plastic surgery in a powder, which is awesome. It really does completely change your face. Now for the most dramatic part of contouring, this actually comes into play when we do the nose. So I take a Sephora Pro Precision Smudge Brush, so it's just a bullet brush. It's got a nice little pointed tip there. And we take just the smallest amount of powder, just dipping it in. And then what I do is I line the nose down and inwards, and then down and inwards. And essentially what this does is it just makes your nose look slimmer and adds a nice shadow. You can go in with a little bit more powder if you feel like you need it, and be careful to really blend near the top. So it really does create such a nice shadow there. So it really slims down the nose. Alrighty, so after we've done that, we're going to move on to blush. I'm going to be using NARS Torrid today, and this is a beautiful peachy coral color, and it's just really great for spring because I love to pull out the corals when it gets to springtime. So I'm just using my Sephora number 42 flat brush, and what we want to do is we just want to go above the contour. So we want to sometimes smile and just put it on the apple of our cheeks. And you'll notice I'm blending up into the hairline. I often do this, and my brother will walk in and he'll just ask, "Why are you smiling at yourself? Like, you're so weird." So yeah, don't worry if you get a few strange stares. So after we've done that, we'll notice that we have a beautiful peachy color that's been blended up. And then I'm going to take my Benefit High Beam, which is a highlighter, and I'm just going to be highlighting my cheekbones, under eye area, and Cupid's bow. So I've just used a dotting C formation and a little bit on the upper lip for the Cupid's bow. So this is going to make me look like I have larger lips than I do, and my cheekbones sit higher on my face. Does the opposite as contouring. So as contouring adds a darker shadow, this casts light off of it, making you look glowing and making that part of your face stand out. Next, I'm going to take my NARS Pro Prime Smudge Proof eyeshadow base, and this is just going to ensure that my eyeshadow stays on. So just taking the doe foot applicator, really messy, just putting it over the eyes, and we're going to blend that in with our fingers. The nice thing about this is that it goes on basically clear, so you can really just do whatever you want with it. So today I'm going to be using my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to start off with the color Booty Call. So that is that color that's sort of pinky towards the start there. There we go. So I'm going to take the same bullet brush that we were using earlier. I'm going to take a little bit of Booty Call on my brush, and I'm just going to add it to the inner tear duct. So once again, this is just adding lightness to the look. And I'm going to reinforce what we did with High Beam just on the brow bone. This is basically just going to set it. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Chopper, which is a beautiful rose gold color. There we go. And I'm going to take that on my MAC 213. And this is the color that we're going to apply to the lid. So once again, just sweeping that all over the lid. It's such a beautiful gold color, and it works really, really well if you have blue eyes. Next, what I'm going to be doing is I am going to take Tease, which is sort of a purple mauve color. and we are going to take that up into the crease. So essentially all I do is I find where my eye socket sinks in, and we're going to use a windshield wiper motion. Feel free to add more product if you feel like you need it. And then because I want to smoke out the look a little bit, I'm also going to take that color and sweep it along the bottom half of the lash line. So I only do half because we still want that inside corner to look wide awake. Okay, and then the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take a blending brush. This one's just from the Naked 2 palette, and I'm going to blend those colors together so it's not harsh and it just looks more natural. So once again, this one's just a larger brush, so when we do that same windshield wiper motion, it's basically just acting to kind of clean it up a little bit. Really, really important that you use a clean brush because otherwise you're just going to be mixing colors together and it's going to be really muddy. So after we've done that, we are just going to curl our lashes. I'm going to be using my Shu Uemura Light Eyelash Curler. So we do one clamp at the base of the lashes, go up a little bit, and do a second clamp. First clamp, up a little bit, second clamp. Then I'm going to be using the black color in this, which is called Blackout. And that is going to act as my eyeliner. So I'm taking a MAC angled brush, dipping it in, and tracing it along the lower lash line while doing a small wing on the outer corner. I love doing my eyeliner with eyeshadow because it's a lot more subtle than just doing a really thick black eyeliner with a liquid. And it really just acts to kind of blend in with your eyeshadows. And a little bit on the lower lash line as well there. And this is just going to add huge definition when it comes to your eyes. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to move on to mascara. I'm going to be using Benefit They're Real. This is my favorite mascara of all time. It's absolutely incredible. Makes your lashes look completely like you're wearing false lashes. So I'm just going to rake that along my lashes, adding some extra drama. I believe that you should always spend a little bit of extra time on your lashes to make them stand out. There's no such thing as too bold of eyelashes, in my opinion. There we have it. And the next thing we're going to do is we are just going to do our brows. So brushing them through. And I'm going to be using my Too Faced brow powder, which is one that I really love. and I like to give myself really big brows. So the first thing I do is I draw an arch up and then down, and then I take what's left on my product and fill in the base here and just keep adding a little more product. And we are going to blend these out at the end just to make sure it's nice and natural. And then we just take our spoolie on the end and like that, that's our brows done. And then last thing I'm going to do today is I'm going to take my Peach Passion YSL lip color and I'm just gonna swipe this on my lips, and it's a beautiful peach color that I absolutely adore for spring. And there you have it. That is the spring look today. I hope you really liked it. So it's just something that's really fresh and it's bright and it's perfect for when the sun is shining, birds are singing, and you just want to be kind of happy about your life. Okay, thanks so much everyone. I hope you have a good day and we'll see you next time. Bye.